Hey, welcome to another edition of the IWCA show. We are so happy to have a member of the IWCA, Miguel Lopez, with us. How are you doing, Miguel?
Good, good. How's everybody doing? I'm doing great.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today. One of the things we try to do on the IWCA show is to highlight member benefits and how being a member, even if maybe you may start out small, how we can help your business to grow and teach you as a business owner on how to be more efficient and how to structure your business, all of those good things. And the reason why I want to interview you is because you have, just so you know, so many of us who are members of the IWCA have so much respect for you as a newer member, and just to see your growth in your business, how when you learn things, you apply it, and it happens. The good things happen for that. And so you're a wonderful example of someone who has just kind of taken the gift of the IWCA and ran with it. So I really want to thank you for taking some time, and I want everyone who's listening to get to know you a little better in your business. So first of all, why don't you tell us about how your business got started? You're out of Athens, Georgia, Family Pro Window Cleaning. How were you always a window cleaner? Like, did you learn at a young age? Did you come from a family, or is this something that just you started on your own because you thought it might be a good thing?
Well, the thing is, I really appreciate it. Thank you, Gabe, for having me here. It's been for me, it's a pleasure. It's me interviewing me is like walking on red carpet, man. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Well, you
And
deserve it.
everything started. I used to work for a courier company. I used to deliver package,
Hmm.
and I wanted to do something on the side. To stay away from the wife as much as I can, but it didn't work. It's a joke. But I started, doing something on the side. Honestly, we don't talk about a little bit personal life, but I was going into a system that I wanted to start out just to earn a little bit extra.
Hmm.
But everything I used to do like handy stuff, handyman, just servicing customers and providing landscaping, and everything started is when a customer told me, can you clean windows? And I looked up, like, how hard can it be?
Right, right.
I purchased my first ladder at the Home Depot, and I started with the squeegee, doing some research and YouTubing. But everything that started with just a simple question, and I say yes to everything. But that's how Family Pro Window Clean started out.
So how did you know about, like, did you just kind of throw out a price like you didn't know, or did you ask for advice on how to price?
Pretty much I kind of like wanted to when I didn't look up the price, it kind of killed me, because I thought it was gonna take me a couple of hours when the house turned into like 3 days.
Oh
And the thing is,
man.
my hardest one was storm windows. Who loves
Oh,
storm
sure.
windows?
So yeah, was
And
your first job storm windows?
my first job was storm window, and I
Oh.
think that doesn't work for me at all.
I can't believe you're still a window cleaner after your first job with storm windows.
Oh yeah, yeah. And, it did. And I was asking my question: do I want to do this? Do I want to continue? Honestly, I didn't give up into it. It's like I'm gonna finish it till I get it done the right way.
Yeah.
But it took me 3 days to finish that game. It just
Wow.
it caught me good. And I even called in sick to be prepared for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I think that's also a testament to the determination that you have in general, both as a business owner, but I think that shows why you're successful, because you're not scared off by challenges. And I think a lot of new business owners can get rattled really easy when something
Mhm.
ends up being harder than what they expected.
Yeah.
So that's really awesome that even though you had like literally the hardest type of windows to start off with zero experience, you got it done. You fit. It took you 3 days, but you got it done, and
Mhm.
that laid the foundation for the future growth of your business. So well done.
Yes,
So
sir.
how long were you in business before you joined the IWCA?
Pretty much no. I was starting out, Gabe. Was pretty freshing out. I'm honestly, this is gonna be my third year
Nice.
into the window cleaning. Um, but when I was starting out, I was just looking into like Facebook groups, and I found a couple of people that So now I have talked to them as well. And it just started it out, just asking them questions, And then they told me, hey, how come you don't come in and join the IWCA? What is that? I never heard such a thing that window cleaners, they have an organization. So he started sending me links and I joined, then when I joined the group, you're like, hey, you want a free ticket to IWCA, I'm like, wow, and for me, stepping in for me was like the doors just opened to me. It's just like, this is it, this is it, Gabe. It's just like, where you want to do, I just saw the list, like where you want to begin. I was like, should I join this? Should I join it? It was a list of things that it was, but I took it to the beginner side. I was like, okay, I thought I would have had like 10 steps ahead, but no, I took 10 steps back, this is where I need to start. And that's how it started when I joined the IWCA.
Awesome. So when was your first convention?
It was back in the first one was in Orlando. I think they did it again in Orlando, but it was the first one.
So you went the one during COVID?
Yeah, after COVID. After COVID, I went to that was my first convention with the IWCA.
What classes do you think helped you the most when you went to your first convention?
The safety. I think the most important thing is the safety with Mike Draper. And I didn't know about water-fed bed. I was barely getting the knowledge about water-fed poles, the how to use them, safety knowledge, and all the hazards behind it. That was the one thing, and all around, the safety precautions around it. I think that I wasn't applying that to myself either, because I would just grab a ladder and just go up there, but I didn't saw the safety precautions behind it. So I took 5 steps back, 10 steps back, for I could implement to myself as well and train others.
Very cool. Now, how do you feel like it helped your administration any, like how you ran your office?
Yeah, it has helped me tremendously on the office side, interact with customers. The main thing is having that customer smile about. That was the hardest one for me to interact, to knock at that door. I used to do it just leaving a package, but interacting with them, it's the hardest one, because the vibe has to be, you got to feel your vibe that you're here to provide excellent services.
For sure. Now, one thing that I really appreciate about you as well is you're not shy about networking. You get in there and you talk to people and you make connections, and then you email them and you call them. And I know that's been a big part of why you've grown so much in just a short period of time. So tell me a little bit about how the IWCA facilitated your ability to network and to get in touch with the right people.
Honestly, I used to be a shy person, even with cameras. This is my first time in TV. I used to be a shy person. I was those type of person that even in school, I used to sit all the way to the back. But when you have a goal, Gabe, and you step into where you want to be at, I think that shyness goes away with it. But when I started joining, the first time I joined IWCA, they said, stand up, make a video, do yourself, interact with others, networking. It's the most important thing, because we gotta adapt to the new things. Now it's social media is out there, everything's on your phone, so you gotta adapt. If I don't want to adapt, I'm not able to grow. So I had to leave that shyness away from me. And me, I'm not gonna lie, I got some videos when I barely started. I was recording myself and like this. and everything is like there's a face call. Everything is new to me, so we have to adapt to the new world.
That's exactly right. And even in the window cleaning community, I think new people like yourself have an advantage almost, because you're willing to kind of, try different things. Everything's kind of the same, where sometimes old school guys like myself, we've done something a certain way for so long, and it's comfortable. We have confidence. We know it. We're sometimes a little afraid to shake things up and try to bring a new piece of equipment or a
Oh,
new
yeah,
piece of technology. I mean, you see that in the groups, right? When someone brings up water fed pole versus trad, and then all of a sudden, everybody's
yeah,
at each other.
yeah,
And there's really no reason to do that, because they're just, both of them are just tools, right?
yeah. That
They
is how you properly use them as well.
exactly.
And, water fed, and we're gonna get too deep into it, but using the correct tools. What I always say is the number one thing is making that customer smile at the end.
That's right.
That's the most important thing.
That's
Yeah.
right. And just knowing that, whether it's water fed, whether it's traditional, whether you're using a Mormon, whether you're using Ed-Ray,
Yeah.
whatever brand you're using, a style of cleaning, like you said, the most important thing is the customer happy at the end of the job,
Is
and
the
did you get paid for it?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's the most important thing. So being willing to try different things,
Mhm.
it just makes you more well-rounded, so that when you do come up upon different situations, you've got a whole bunch of tools that you can draw from to help you solve a problem, or help you to clean a tricky window
A
that,
tricky window.
maybe if you only had one style of cleaning, you might run into some problems. But now that you've got all these different tools and
Tools.
equipment and styles, you're ready to tackle on anything.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
every day is a different window. Every day is a
Excellent.
different window. To just solid to French to storms. I think every day is a different window, and every day is a new challenge.
Yeah,
I always say, yeah,
absolutely. And that's what keeps our business fresh,
yeah,
as
it
opposed to
is.
being behind a desk job where you're kind of seeing the same things over. We get so
Yeah,
many different things, and we get to meet different people and make
yeah,
connections with, our customers. That's really, really awesome. So tell
yeah.
me
I
a little
think
bit,
it's.
how big is your business? Like, what size are you?
I think we're still small. The most important thing that for me is getting that attention, the community attention.
Mhm.
For me it was a harder thing, how to adapt. But right now we're 4 employees on board, including myself. We have 2 trucks on board as well. But it's where I want to take this to the next step. I do want to continue taking to next space, and I think my personal experience, what I'm going through now, is like I'm in a side bubble and just bouncing up and down to the side, and how to grow out. I think
Mhm.
that's the hardest one, but we every day is a different goal. And but I think we stand out a lot in the community right now. But we're still small. I think we're small, but getting attention out there.
Awesome. That's good to hear. And the reason why I mentioned that, and I want you to just kind of share it, because you're 4 employees, and I assume you were a single owner operator when you started, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how long did it go before you hired?
I think when I started getting into when we started receiving those calls, I think it took me roughly around like 7 months to close to a year, when I needed help. I
That's
needed help.
amazing, man. You don't
Yeah,
understand how fast that growth is. That just doesn't happen. I mean, I shouldn't say it doesn't happen, because obviously it did in your case, and there are others too. But the
yeah,
majority of us, it we're 2, 3, 4. I mean, I personally, I mean, of course, I had always viewed my business as a side thing. It was never
mhm,
kind of my main thing. It wasn't until after I had my daughter that I viewed my business as, oh, this is going to support my family.
uh,
But I mean, we're talking 13 years for me, before I hired my first employee.
oh
And
wow,
so it's amazing to see your growth in just such a short period of time. But you're 4 employees. Is it 2 or 3 trucks? How many trucks?
yeah, 2 trucks,
Two
2 trucks.
trucks.
We have 2 trucks.
So here's why I'm mentioning this. People sometimes hold off on joining the IWCA because they think,
Oh,
oh, I'm too small, right?
yeah,
They think, oh, it's just me and another guy. It's just me and two other
yeah,
guys. My wife answers the phones. What really is the IWCA going to be able to help me with?
oh yeah,
And that's where it's such a wrong attitude to have, because the IWCA helps larger companies,
yeah,
helps them be organized, and helps them be
yeah,
safe, and do everything that they need to do to run an ethical and efficient business. But
yeah.
it also helps the little guy too,
Yes, it does.
smaller
It
companies.
it sure
And
does. It sure. I'm
Share a
sorry
little.
to
Share.
interrupt you. It sure does because if you're a beginner, even though you're a professional window cleaner with many experience, there's a lot of knowledge that is out there inside the IWCA. It's like it's like giving you a cake, and each part of the cake is so delicious that you even got to the sweet part yet. Because it starts from like a beginner. It's like how, the basic knowledges of how to improve your business as a solo owner.
Mhm.
Then I think it's like from beginner, median, and expert. Like this, the last previous I did was here. I went to the meeting because I want to know how to arrange my business around it.
Mhm.
And the next time I go, how to scale it. I think that's the most important thing. It's like if you're a beginner, join the IWC. It's very important because it's if you're a solo owner and you're so comfortable, but you're thinking about growing. I think this is the steps you gotta take. Being a beginner, being a moderate, and being an expert, and it has helped me tremendously.
Yeah, you're so right, Miguel. It's like sometimes I know I wish that I could just go into a room and like Matrix style, they just put a little chip in my head and all of a sudden I know how to do everything, and it just doesn't exist. But the closest thing to it is going to an IWC convention,
Yeah,
taking the classes.
yeah,
We don't have a university of window cleaning anywhere. This is the
yeah,
closest that they come because you've got
yeah.
people who come from all the different parts of the industry
Oh
and
yeah,
they're giving information that you would have to
information.
normally pay them for.
Oh yeah,
You have to
yeah,
take class and they're giving it to you. Now,
yeah.
obviously, they're hoping that you stay with them and you continue on with them down the line. But even if you don't, the insight and just the ability to focus in on things that are most important to business owners. When you're a single owner operator, there's so many. It's like dizzying almost. There's so many things coming at you through
Oh yeah,
email, through the internet, through Facebook groups, through people are always trying to sell us things, and we're always wondering, well,
yeah.
is this worth it? Should I do this? Should I not? And you get to go to the convention and have all of that stuff whittled down to, well, this is what's important. Focus on this, and you're
This,
going to be
yes,
okay.
yeah.
And that's priceless. I wish I had that the first 15, 16 years of my business
Oh
before
yeah,
I actually started decided to pull the trigger and go to the IWCA convention.
oh
So
yeah, yeah. There's so many stuff that you could learn how to from the beginning to the start to the end,
mhm.
and it doesn't stop. There's so many stuff that beside the safety, organize your business,
Mhm.
behind the scenes of IWC, the people that you meet, the network that you treat. I'm not going to mention names, but I
You can
mean,
mention
these
names.
guys, I can mention names.
Yeah.
And I hope I don't forget all of them, but I mean, Kevin,
Yeah.
Fernando, Jorge, Luis, Gabe, Jose, and these guys have been amazing, and everybody has a question from the beginner
Mhm.
to being an expert. But I mean, these guys I admire their companies,
Mhm.
how they are, and in a good way, in a good way that hopefully my business could reflect back to them like, man,
Yeah.
thank you, dad. And I tell them every day, thank you for thank you for helping me out since day one.
Yeah.
So for me it's a pleasure. When you admire a soccer player or a basketball player, you're that's the guys I admire a lot. These guys right here, that a jersey, hey, can I sign your autograph here in
Yeah.
my office? Because
So are you saying that Kevin Hargis is LeBron? Is that what you're trying to say? Is because he doesn't
yeah.
need he doesn't need to have a bigger head as he already has. So
Yeah, those are the guys that the advices. So
yeah.
behind the scenes of IWCA is the people you meet as well, and network, and truly they become your friends down the road,
Yeah.
and how you're growing, and the advices they give you because they've been there. They've been
Yeah.
there. They know the stuff that you're going through, and a
Mhm.
little tip, for a helpful tip, for me is like it's a wow for me. and I take those, I ask questions. I'm one person that I like to ask questions,
Mhm.
but every little answer I implement it. I write it down and I
Yes.
implement it. And okay, I'm gonna try this. Oh my God, it worked.
Yeah.
Let's go for it, And so that little path that you're going through, or that wall that you're crushing every time, breaking through that wall is sometimes you find those answers, joining with the IWCA.
Exactly. And that's just it. It's not that you just get to network and talk to someone for 5 minutes at IWCA and that changes your life. It's always the after effects, right?
Oh yeah,
It's the phone calls after, 2 months after the convention, when you finally are at the point where you need some advice, you call up that guy, and there's so many, like you just mentioned, so many names, and I know that's not all of them,
yeah.
who are just willing to talk,
To willing to talk.
and
Yeah,
to share, to give advice, to kind of like you said, give you little tips that will help you avoid the problems that us, who
yeah.
came before, when we didn't get to
Before,
network and we didn't get to talk, we get to
yeah,
find all that out, and we get to share it with someone like yourself who
yeah,
appreciates it, and then your business benefits. And guess what? You're going to start getting calls, and you're going to be passing out that same advice to the
yeah,
newer guy who just started last year and is wanting to know.
yeah.
That's the type of kind of, you
Uh,
know pay it forward attitude that the IWC has, that
oh yeah.
people can really benefit from if they make themselves available, for sure.
Oh yes, yes. It's not only that, because it's so many things that it takes it to, like, it gotta comes from the heart, Gabe.
Mhm.
The stuff that you're doing, window cleaning and pressure washing out there, you're doing everything for a reason. And
Mhm.
if you do it for the heart, it's gonna work out. Trust me,
Yeah.
it's gonna work out. And don't give up. Never give up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Miguel, thank you so much for your time, bud. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for sharing your experiences. We look forward to your continued progress, and don't worry, this is not going to be your last time on the IWCA show. We're going to have you back and be able to get some more advice from you and
Oh, I
tips, and
appreciate.
you're going to be the expert on the panel, all right?
Thank you very much, Gabe. For me, it's a pleasure having me here. For me, it's first time on TV, so
All right,
thank
buddy.
you
Well, you
very
take
much, Gabe.
care. And everyone who's listening, thank you so much for tuning in here and for listening. We appreciate everything that you do, and we look forward to seeing you on the next show. Take care, guys.
Take care. Bye bye. Vision your mission. Bye bye. IWCA.